Peace and love. Welcome back. It's been a little while, but it's a new season. Spring has sprung, and most of us are at home. If you're in any sort of a domesticated place on planet Earth, you're probably at home right now, unless you're lucky enough to have a job that's deemed an essential service. Last time we talked about 2020 and what 2020 was going to bring, how it was going to bring clarity, how it was going to bring manifestation, but how it was also going to bring great change. And that's what we're seeing right now. Maybe for the first time in history, the entire planet is being forced to take a break, to stop. And we're being forced to reflect, being forced to really have to check ourselves and check our situation. You know, right before this happened, I just finished working on a movie, and it was a very, very dark film, just to be perfectly honest. It's the type of thing that I wouldn't typically work on, but I did. And working on this film, it became more apparent to me than ever that we live in a cult of fear. People be like, cult? The word cult is found in the word culture, and it speaks to a group that is highly controlled, that is highly manipulated, and our culture is just that. And we've talked before about how there's really just two main energies in the universe. There's love and there's fear. And in our culture, without a doubt, it's fear that is the primary modus operandi of control, of function for this society. Now, you realize when you work in Hollywood just how powerful that fear is. There's a reason that scary movies come out every couple months, because it keeps people's energy in a certain place. It keeps people vibrating on that fear frequency. And when you look around you right now, is that not what you see? Everybody around you operating on that fear frequency? And indeed, yes, there is a lot that is uncertain about our lives right now. And I guarantee you that everybody listening would agree with me that there's a lot of uncertainty in the air right now in regards to health, in regards to where people live. People aren't sure if they're going to be able to continue to pay their rent, if they're going to be able to continue to pay their mortgage, if they're going to be able to move freely. Even the churches have been forced to shut down. Imagine that. No witnesses knocking on your door this Saturday. Because indeed, everything has been brought to a halt in the name of fear. The almighty power of fear. The antithesis, or should I say the synthesis to love. So, one thing I think it's important for us to talk about is what we can do. Because so many people are stuck watching the news, watching TV, watching Facebook, and all the constant negative updates that are coming in every 10 seconds. And no one really seems to be talking about what positive things that we can actually do right now. There was a Jewish man who was in the Nazi concentration camps, and he said something amazing. He said that when everything is taken from you, when all is lost, you still have the power to control how you think about the situation. And right now, more than ever, the inner work is becoming the most important thing. Because all of a sudden, that whip you were trying to buy, Doesn't matter. That Louis bag that you thought you wanted, doesn't matter. That vacation that we were planning, doesn't matter. All of a sudden, you realize real quick what actually matters. Food, shelter, family, the ability to even just move freely, the ability to talk freely, the ability to just exist is being challenged, at least the way that we're used to existing. We're used to such great freedom. We're used to being able to jump on an airplane tomorrow morning, go here, come back, do this, do that, drive here, drive there. All of that has been put on pause. And so when we talk about the inner work and the simple things, we're forced to have to look at those simple things. If you didn't have time to spend with your family or to talk to your family, well, you're forced to now. If you didn't have time to think about spirituality, to look at your spiritual house and make sure that it's in order, well, you're forced to now, whether you like it or not. And that's a great thing, because often the things that we put off in life, we don't seem to get to them until we're truly forced to get to them. And it's situations like this, as scary as it may be, as unfortunate as it may be, as unpleasant as it may be, that force us to have to look at those little things. And it's the little things that create the big things. And as we can see, for many of us, we've ignored little things in life because of the busy nature that we get caught up in, the hustle and bustle that we get caught up in. And it builds society into a certain way. It builds society to have a certain careless attitude. That attitude is totally being called into question now. When we talk about the spiritual side of this whole thing, because it is a spiritual war, believe it. Believe it. The spiritual side of this says, no, you cannot go to church right now. No, you cannot go to the Kingdom Hall. You cannot go out to your fellowship or whatever you're used to doing. And so now is time to truly find God within. A lot of people scoff at that, the mystery of God within, because it's so easy to just go out. But when out is taken away, the only place that you can go is within. And so, spiritually speaking, a lot of people are getting an excellent opportunity to reflect on, what do you really believe? What is the truth? How powerful are you individually? Is God truly inside you? Well, you're going to find out now, because you got lots of time where it's just you or your family, those closest to you. So people are going to have to adapt their spiritual practice, and it's going to become way more personalized, individualized. It's going to become more intimate, because that's all you got. When there's no church to run to, you got to run into the church inside you. One of my favorite sayings in the world is out of the book of Thomas. And the disciples ask Jesus, where is the kingdom? When is the kingdom coming? How will we know the kingdom's coming? And he says to them, the kingdom is inside you, and the kingdom is outside you. He says, if you're looking for the kingdom in the sky, then the birds will precede you. If you're looking for the kingdom in the ocean, then the fish will precede you. The kingdom is inside you and outside of you, all over the world, but men don't see it yet. And that's the truth, the true reality of what all of us are getting a chance to tap into right now, is to that kingdom inside you. Now, what will happen? Well, the beauty of the situation is we all don't really know what will happen. Many people are in quarantine right now, and some people think, oh, it'll be for a couple weeks, a couple months. We don't know. A lot of people have lost, almost everybody has lost freedom that we thought was ours. We realized that freedom was never ours. And we realized just how fast, in a matter of a week, they can shut down the entire structure of society that we're used to living in great comfort, and leave us all at home. So truly walking by faith and not by sight is going to be the only option going forward. And that's not easy for a lot of people, that faith, that trust. But that's what we have right now. We have faith to walk by and not by sight. And that's an empowering thing, spiritually speaking. But it can be also a very fearful thing for people who aren't ready, for people who haven't looked at that side of themselves, that side of reality. But it's an excellent opportunity for us to do that. And remember that diamonds are formed under pressure. And there's never a greater chance to grow than when you're forced to grow. And right now, all of us are forced to grow. And we're also forced to come together in a strange way, because although we're supposed to be doing this distancing and all this and all that, but most of us, if you have a family or people close to you, are forced to spend way more time with those people than you typically would. And this is a beautiful thing. So I think it's important that we stay focused on the positive opportunities that we have for personal growth, the positive opportunities we have to get closer to the ones that we love, the opportunities that we have to take a break, and the chance that we have to tap into the frequency of love over the frequency of fear. If you want, you can sit there watching CNN or CBC or whatever the hell else you watch and take in that fear all day and just be scared to death. Or you can let go of all of it and choose to live. So this is what it is. Now that we're all home, we have way more time. I'm going to be making way more videos. So big shout outs to everybody. Peace, love, stay healthy, stay up on your diet, stay up on your vitamins, stay up on your garden, and we'll get through it. Stay up. Talk soon. Peace and love.